Hi folks, it's Eden CryptoBirb speaking. Welcome to today's quick video explanation for why you should not give up on Bitcoin just yet and why there are chances that Bitcoin is going to hit $50,000 in the near time, sooner than you would expect. Let's give it a check. So first of all, we are taking a look at the actual powerful breakout, and this breakout took us into 78-week highs. Again, this is a fact, something that had already happened. Bitcoin reached the highest prices around $36,000 unseen in the last 78 weeks, right? In a confirmed closing, weekly closing matter. So this technically starts the bull wave number three. So even if we take the Elliott wave approach, right, we kind of like got to see this powerful breakout, of the 15,500 lows all the way into the $32,000 highs. We kind of like just chopped around for several months, and then eventually landed in the potential break at around $30,000 that eventually again persisted higher, right? And this there's not a single piece of doubt that this breakout is legit, that this is powerful breakout, because almost $700 billion asset doesn't move 15% and stays there for like several days, for 2 weeks or something, due to an accident. It's impossible for Bitcoin to pump several dozens of billions of dollars for somebody not to notice that they just actually spend it, right? So there's no accident, there's no coincidence. It's an exact persistent movement, again, that just tends to hold on to the current prices. It is a confirmed breakout, and as a matter of fact, again, the wave number one was confirmed. The wave number two as a corrective tide, sideways tide, in the trading range between 25 and 32. It was also confirmed, and now we got to see the powerful breakout and the breakaway into the wave number three, right? So the third strongest wave of the bull market is actually starting right now. Plus, the long-term trends are rising, right? So this is the fact number one. I would say that is unquestionable, irrefutable. This is something that had already happened. Again, long-term trends on a daily trend basis, right? The breakout is confirmed again, not only because of the price distance travel, like I said, 15, 16%. There's no question that, could be done by accident. It couldn't not, right? It could not. We got the volume confirmation as well. So the price distance confirmation, the volume spike confirmation that this volume, even though it's not sort of like needed, it was still validated by the volume, by the massive surge and the burst in the volume, right? About 3, 4, 5 times even the previous bar on the volume, which was a significant spike in the activity in the number of transactions between the traders, right? There was a lot of orders cleared at that time, resting orders. So this confirmed again, along with the price moving average direction being basically to the upside. There's not a single person healthy and sane on mind that it would tell you that this is a declining line. This is a line representing the bull market or a bear market, right? So if it declines consistently, it is a bear market. And if it inclines consistently, if it rises, this is a bull market. And it just made new highs, right? And it persistently moves higher. This is a confirmed technical bull market ever since the quarter one of this year. So this breakout is confirmed. The volatility was confirmed. Even if we take a look at the more aggressive data, right? So the trend, the RSI momentum trade, not only confirmed again the breakout up into the very heavily oversold areas, which was unseen in a long time, which is a positive thing, showing the trend's consistency and persistence. Like I said, the trend, the 50-day trend, the 50-day moving average of RSI is actually climbing aggressively and highly. This is a confirmed momentum reversal, right? On top of that, you got the volatility spike. Like I said, volatility, the 50-day moving average of volatility of ATR 14 also started climbing up after a series of several months of decline, right? Ever since May all the way until October, we were seeing this massive decline and an average decline in the volatility, because that was the dominant direction until recently, because the last several days with the breakout above $32,000 that was persistent. Again, this got the massive volatility surge, right? Bitcoin broke out legitly. This is a legit breakout. This is a legit start of the wave number three from technical perspective as well, right? So the trade setup itself, was giving an entry on another chart that I shared publicly on Twitter at 28,500, and it's kind of like still again locked in about 20% a guaranteed return so far, right? Which is a pretty cool thing, and it's all been shared in on Twitter again publicly. Locally, again, even though we've been kind of like just tight, in this local tight consolidation between again Some are closer to 30, 34, $33,000, if you will, all the way to 36, right? So this local consolidation is not really too much bearish, even though there is a lot of, a lot of liquidity capturing on top, right? We need to be careful in the short term. However, like I said, this breakout has all the validity in the world, all the confirmation, all the confluence from many various different techniques, okay, that that one by one after another, basically confirmed that this breakout is legit. So because of that, because of the breakout being legit, the trend is here. The new trend spike is here. The new trend wave is here, and the trends tend to persist more likely than they are to reverse. So even if there is a short-term correction, corrective tide sideways price action, it is supposed to be temporary, right? So unless there's some unexpected news that just comes in and disrupts the whole environment again, all of a sudden, like black swan or whatever, unless that happens, this continuation is a short-term continuation, right? And just notice that is an actual trend up. It is a slower phase of an upward trend, right? Kind of like we continue to make higher highs and higher lows, even though, like I said, I would be careful with the liquidity hunt on top that is happening up there, right? So we need to be a little bit more careful. Still, it is an upward trend, right? Previous um, previous concept of, again, the upward trend was even maintained right now, even by the Dow theory itself, right? So even though this short-term range just happens, it occurs, it is fine, right? Because more than a range, kind of like, I mean, we're congested in between 33 and $36,000, yes. However, it's even upward sloping. It's slowly upward sloping, so it's not a perfect example of a rectangle box, right? Of a typical trading range pattern that you would see. It's much more of an upward skewed version of it, if you will, right? And the only thing that is up there is just as this whipsaw on top, this overthrow pattern. Otherwise, the sentiment has increased. The sentiment is very strong in the greed area, right? There are a lot of people who basically just want to get Bitcoin right now. They are bullish, right? Which places us somewhere between the cognitive dissonance, between the disbelief stage of the cycle of the bull market and the actual hope. It's the congestion and the combination of people who are still stuck in the old bear market frames of 2022, when the whole market continued to move down for a year. Okay, and so many people are still caught up because they missed out. They missed out on the whole rally, and this rally took 9 months. It's 11th month right now that is counting, basically, and some people still haven't woken up just yet, right? So they still haven't awakened. So that's pretty sad. However, that's the reality. So eventually, like I said, we do have to acknowledge for the fact that the sentiment has shifted. All the technical indicators have shifted. All the technical indicators confirm bullish. Bullish confirmed breakout pattern to the upside, with the note that trends tend to persist, and this happens to be the third confirmed wave of the bull market. Okay, this is the most aggressive. The third waves, as you know from the Elliott wave theory, and practice, they tend to be the strongest ones. They tend to be the most complex one, the longest ones, right? This is exactly what took Bitcoin out of the accumulation, for instance, in 2012, between 100 and $200 into 12,500. This is what generated this incredible, more powerful rally, right? This is what triggered 90x rallies. This is what triggered 30x rallies, 700% rallies, and so on. So if I were a bear, I would be praying to God, basically, not to be liquidated with the most ridiculous strength and power, right? Um, and on top of that, like I said, the fact number six is the seasonality, because we've just closed and outperformed October. Typical October returns of close to between 15 and 20%. We closed October, right? The whole month of October basically closed with 27% gain, which was basically about 10 percentage points higher than it typically does in October. And November is yet the best month on average, right? So averaging 40 of almost above 40%, almost 50% at times, on its own. November is the best month on record ever for Bitcoin, right? So we are in the best month after outperforming the typically good month already, with very powerful odds, right? So long story short, again, six confirmed facts. The bull market, 78-week breakout, the wave number three starts. The daily trend confirmed breakout by all of the techniques. The trade setup is there, is bullish, upward oriented. Short term, even though it's a local slowdown, it still kind of like tilts higher, makes higher highs and higher lows. Sentiment is shifted, is bullish. The miners are in profit right now. and eventually the seasonality pattern is there, and the seasonality pattern is the strongest for November, and that shouldn't be ignored, right? Because eventually even um the technical target taken the measured rule movement, taken basically that it ranged between 25 and $32,000. That gives us about $7,000 range, and this $7,000 range taken a measured basically from the breaker level of $32,000 takes us somewhere into 39 $40,000 region. Round number magic, magical thinking, heuristics approach, all those sorts of learned behaviors. People are naturally going to be attracted to round numbers, and those round numbers, the closest round number to $39,000, that is a technical breakout level, is 40K, right? So this is what I would expect, a little bit of initial opposing force coming from the resting clustering orders. So that's about it, right? It is a confirmed wave number three of the bull market. This one may take us to $40,000 pretty much sooner than later, as I would imagine. Typically, as we get into this decent anticipation of the halving and of the ETF's approval, this is no joke. This is a serious thing. The BlackRock Larry thing talking about Bitcoin as the flight to quality is groundbreaking. This has never happened before, right? And halving, again, historically gave us nothing but strong, powerful rallies ever since, ever after every single halving period. And the prices never came back, which basically means that it's a winning strategy so far, that if you buy into halving, right, you're always in profit, right? This has been the fact so far. We have no idea to know if it's going to be the case in the next several months or so, right? However, still, this has happened. This is a fact, right? So yeah, good times ahead. And 50K, right? Perhaps it sounds crazy. However, when you take a look, that we close somewhere around $35,000, the 40% taken basically out of 40 or 45% on an average gain, which means there are better months, there are worse months. But if we take the average of 45% taken and measured from the $35,000 close for the October, right? This was the opening price for November at the same time, approximately. This taken with a 40% premium takes us in the potential target into November of $50,000 approximately. Again, the round numbers magic, it does actually work. So yeah, and before I go, by the way, we are hosting in 12 days this massive, incredible free trading congress, the fifth edition of free trading congress. It's coming, it's happening, and it's happening in 12 days, where November 15th through 21, you're gonna be able to learn basically how to stop getting wrecked finally, right? This is gonna be a 7-day free trade camp, and you're gonna learn how to stop missing out, stop losing all this incredible big money positions all the time, stop getting liquidated, and instead just focus on how you can trade longs and shorts confidently, right? With confidence, with confident trade guidance. This is what you're going to get for free. Not a single piece of charge, not a single piece of penny, not a single piece of whatever currency you pay. This is going to cost you zero. Round perfect beautiful zero, right? And on top of that, for every single person that signs up for this free trading congress, for this free 7-day trade camp, you're going to get a free access to my private trading group that is profitable, with calls, with an excellent community that is full of inspiration and technical, professional, accredited, licensed, and regulated guidance. So if you do not want to miss out on that, make sure you go ahead and go check my Twitter account. Go check my Twitter account. The link is in the bio, right? Join the waitlist. We're going to let everybody in at the same time. Do not miss out. 12 days. The best time is now. That's been Adrian CryptoBirb talking to you. Enjoy your day, and let me know in the comments if you're a Chad, because if you've got this far, you're a real Chad. Let me know in the comments. God bless. Bye bye.